Hey up, me ducks. How we doing today? I've just made it here. Just got off the phone and got here in time. So there's lots of people in chatting away. So let's say hello to everybody. So Caroline was the first one in. Hello, Caroline. And Kay, nice to see you, Kay. And we've got Alexandra and Sandra, Jackie, and Kim. Hello, Kim. We've got Nancy. What a lovely way to gather on a Saturday. Thank you. It's lovely to be able to have time with each other, isn't it? And Barefoot Pagan. We've got Susie and Tycon. Hello, Tycon. Jack of Diamonds from Oregon. Love the new time, Simon. Oh, it's nice to have you here, Jack of Diamonds. I'm finding the new time so much better. I'm really getting my days back. Not that it was an inconvenience, because I loved, I've been doing Cuppa catch-up cards for 4.5 years now, and I've loved every single one of them. But sometimes there's a lot of pressure to be back in the middle of the afternoon, set up and get ready for the 4 o'clock. So it's much easier. Although I thought I'd be able to have like my tea, dinner, before going live, but I haven't. Who else we got? I hope I'm not missing anybody. But we've got Anne. Hello. Nice to see you, Anne. And Bob White. Hello. Long time no see indeed. I was thinking about you the other day because YouTube Studio has started doing a thing now where if you haven't responded to comments, they bring them back. So I don't like the fact that I hadn't at least hearted a comment. And it took me back right to the beginning of my channel. It took like 3 days to get through them, not constantly, just like an hour or so at a time. And Book White was there, and there's a few comments I hadn't liked or responded to. Love Chester the hare. Yeah, Chester is here, my little hare mascot. Isn't he the best? And is so talented. Kay, I think I said hello to you anyway, didn't I, Kay? Melanie, and who else we've got? History Lover. Ashley, hello, Ashley. Emma, Alicia, Cheryl, Emma, Stephen, hello, Stephen. And we've got Malamia, hi, Malamia. Becca, hey up, Becca. Vintage Moon, Jared, Lucy, second channel, message retracted. I think someone's logged on to the wrong channel there. I'll call this one my second channel so I don't get mixed up. Pamela, Jen, hello. And Jenna, hey Jenna, nice to see you. Vintage Moon, Michael, Amanda, whilst watching Strictly as well. Wow, that's multitasking. Mike, Abdria. Wow, so many people. Cheryl. I saw that I was getting hearts on some comments I didn't even remember. Made me miss you. Is that why you're here? Chester is so gorgeous, really is. Woman Who Sees, Vintage Moon, Inked Witchy Girl, Pamela, Mia, Moon Magic, Satya, Ivy's Grove, and I think I've caught up. So how's everybody's weekend going so far? What do we know? Jen's in the room. Is our Elle awake yet? So for those of you who don't know, Elle is now in the States. Elle is stateside, so that's really exciting. And Richie's here. Hello, lovely Richie. Nice to see you. I went back and watched your Switch On last night. Oh, it was so good. I love things like that. Richie has the best Christmas tree on YouTube. If you haven't checked it out, Richie from Longman Tarot, he had his Christmas light switch on last night. He had Ben on with him who did the switch on, and it was so impressive. Hi, Cheryl. Al has arisen only a few minutes ago. Oh, gosh, I don't know how they've coped with all those hours. I remember the haul over to the States. It's a long haul, but at least they're okay now. Call for Al, yeah. Jack of Diamonds. Solar Eclipse Day. Wow. Whereabouts is that? So far, so good. Going to be Christmas shopping later this evening. Oh, I'm more or less done mine now, but I can't leave this centre during the weekend in my car because if I do, I can't get back in because our car parks are filling up about 1 p.m. and it is just rammed downstairs. So I always feel like at least 4 weekends before Christmas, I'm a bit of a Rapunzel up in my tower, didn't come down because, yeah. Hello, June. Life is good. I'm pleased to hear that, June. It's lovely to see you. Antarctica. So there's a solar eclipse in the Antarctica. Wow. And hello from the Netherlands. Hello, Lenneke. Is that how you say your name? Yeah. So I've had a busy day. I did go into town because I had to do some food shopping. I also had my tattoo. I put a picture in the cave. I don't know best how to show it. Still a little bit red. In fact, I've got a photograph. Let me see if I can add a photograph because it'll probably be... Did I add a photograph? Let's see if that works. I don't think it... No, it's not highlighting it. Why can't I add that? Because I'm trying to add a video. Let me go to the photo bit. There we go. So yeah, I've had, as you can see here, I've had the suits from the Wild Unknown. That's from the cover, the box cover. But I put some Bepanthen on, and it's, I mean, like I said last night in Becca's chat, I quite like the feel of the tattoo gun. I quite like it. I don't find it painful at all. And within 20 minutes of leaving, I'd completely forgotten that I'd had it done. There's just been nothing at all. So it's just a little bit red, but it doesn't hurt one bit. So, and I really like it. I'm really pleased with how it's turned out. I've always liked that as a design. It's a bit bigger than I thought it was going to be, but I could have had it smaller. Tara Diva Ellie's come in and Stephanie's come in. Nice to see you too. And anybody else that's arrived. What's that? Congratulations, Stephanie Burrows, on all your win. All 5 categories nominated in the ITF Awards. What's ITF? Is that like International Tarot Federation or? And Stephanie's won in all 5 categories? Tell us more. Tell us more. Are they your only tats? No, I've got 3 on this arm. I've got my Patrick Valenza Flying Skull and the Deviant Moon. And then on this arm, I've got the Wild Unknown Animal Spirit symbols for... It's really hard to kind of show it like this. I've got the semicolon for mental health. And I've got Pamela Coleman Smith. It's upside down on here, but Pamela Coleman Smith's... No, I can't show it that way. Signature. I've got one on my leg, which I had when I was in my 20s, and then one on my arm, which I had when I was a teenager. Foundation, International Tarot Foundation. Wow. And Stephanie's won all 5 categories. That's incredible. Well done, Stephanie. Well deserved. Yeah. That's a fantastic achievement. Where do we I didn't hear about this. Is it like a website, or how does that work? We're so happy we won for Best Tarot Deck, Outstanding Artistic Achievement, Best Self-Published Tarot Deck, Aspiring Debut Artist, and Aspiring Debut Author. That's brilliant. Wow, what an achievement. I'm assuming that's for Oak, Ash and Thorn. That's incredible achievement. Well done. I voted, and I voted for Stephanie. If I'd known about it, I would have voted as well, but I didn't hear about this. There's a good series called Tattooage on cable TV. I've been watching Love Victor. I don't know if anybody's seen it. It was Chris from Elemental Cartomancy who told me about it, and I've got the DVD of the film Love, Simon. But it's kind of, and Simon makes a cameo appearance in it. But it's a series. It's on Hulu in the States, but we get it through Disney Plus. And I've binge watched it. I've only got a couple of episodes left to watch, but it is so well, because I'm not really into like romantic high school things, clearly. But this has got a really nice story, and it's great. Hi, Basetti. Thanks for everybody's votes. I wish I'd known. Well, we really appreciate it, everyone. Sorry if I missed your tags, but we feel so humbled. That's lovely. Really lovely, but so well deserved as well. So, what to talk about? Well, I got this bag from Waterstones with a couple of bits in I could share. I've actually, this is how busy my week has been. I went on Monday lunchtime, on my lunch on Monday, to Waterstones, just have a little bit of a browse around. Waterstones is our bookshop chain. I believe it's the same family or same owners as Barnes and Nobles in the States. But yeah, I picked up a couple of things. So I don't know if anybody's heard of this book, but I just stood looking at it in the shop and I had to get it. It's called Big Panda and Tiny Dragon, and one of my favorite books of last year was the Boy, the Fox, the Horse, and the, what am I missing? The Boy, the Fox, the Mole, and the Horse. I know I'm doing them all in the wrong order. I can never recite that title. But it's beautiful. The illustrations are beautiful, and you can just dip in. It's a bit like bibliomancy. You can just turn to a page. Well, this is done in a similar vein, and it is gorgeous. Do you see the red is like metallic? The presentation of it is gorgeous. And again, on the back at the top. They also brought out this one, Together, which I think I showed a few months ago, which is about friendship. There's this guy with his dog. It is so beautiful. And these books, they're just little gems, absolutely gems. And on the back, it says the Sunday Times bestseller. Lost in the swirling mist, they fall asleep under glittering stars. It is spring by the time they emerge. It goes through all the seasons. It is spring by the time they emerge, and whilst they sit watching the warm sunrise, it dawns on them that another magnificent adventure awaits. Beloved friends, Big Panda and Tiny Dragon, journey through the seasons of the year together, and although they often get lost, it leads them to discover many beautiful things. They explore the hardships and happiness that connects us all. They learn how to live in the moment, how to be at peace with uncertainty, and how to find strength to overcome life's obstacles together. And I had a quick flick through. I mean, look at the illustrations. That's just the inside cover, and it's absolutely beautiful. And it's written in the same style as The Boy, the Fox, etc., with just a few short verses on each page. But it is so gorgeous. And look, I mean, this just says, I can't explain how I feel, said Tiny Dragon. Big Panda smiled. That's okay. Words are not adequate for all things. Oh, it's so beautiful. Let me show you a couple more of the illustrations. Look at that. Look how he just rides on his back. Such a gorgeous book. Oh, love it. Let's pick a gem. Let's just open it up and pick a gem. I've not read it yet because it's still in the bag. I just haven't had time. Nothing is happening, said Tiny Dragon. Maybe, said Big Panda. It's happening underneath first. Oh, they're in winter now. It's the shortest day, said Tiny Dragon. We're getting there, aren't we, in a few weeks? Winter is truly upon us, but also the longest night, said Big Panda. And that comes with its own wonders. Ah. So yeah, and this was $14.99, and it's hardback, but it's beautiful, really, really beautiful. I just sat in the shop reading it, and I thought, I've got to get it. I love these type of books. So that was one thing that I got. Let's see if there's any comments. I can see my name tagged a few times. I saw that book, The Boy, the Fox, the Horse and the Mole, is one of my faves. Yeah, and I think, Stephanie, if you love that like I do, I mean, I've gifted that to so many people. It's been so many people's birthday and Christmas presents. That, you know, I think you'll love this one as well. I bought that book for my sister-in-law, says Stephanie. What, the panda one? Yeah, Sandra, just like the boy, etc. I love how you just said the boy, etc. That book can be used as a sort of oracle. Yeah, that's the great thing about those books. You can just dip in on a page and just have a little gem. So, yeah. So I got that. And then I got these. You know those little packets you get at the till? You get mini tarots in these. I think the Biddy tarot was one that... I can't remember the name of the one that was before that. But when you get to the till, there's like a carousel with little bits on, and these were $9.99, but they're practical witches spell deck, and it looks like they're gold gilded, and there's 100 cards. So I thought for $9.99, that's really good. Let me take that off, pop that there. So it's one of these magnetic wraparound types with the book here. You can take the book out. The only thing I find frustrating is these little plastic cases that they're covered in, or kept in, I should say. Take the little bit of tape off. Anybody else got this? Oh, as soon as I said that, I saw, okay, Simon, I have the Practical Witches spell deck. What do you think? Is it good? I mean, I thought, I can't get in them. How are you meant to get in these without destroying it? I'm lost, completely lost. How you even get in that? There's no way in. Unless I get under the plastic somehow. Bear with. Oh, okay. Done it. Needed my trusty scissors. Yes, I found this book at the time I bought Maybe. Like, oh, I've not heard of Maybe. Is that another one like this? Push from the bottom, Simon. No, the bottom, that doesn't do anything. And then they're wrapped, which is nice on the inside. The books fell out now. Oh my gosh. Let's tuck that back cover back in. And that little sleeve goes in there. That's it. Where's my scissors again? All this packaging. I really like it, Simon. Oh, you've got it, Sandra. Let's have a sup of my coffee. Just ordered the Big Panda book for a friend for Christmas. Thanks for showing. You're welcome. I'm sure they'll love it. Hello, Hen. How are you? Oh, they're actually quite nice. For $9.99, they've got this brushed gold gilding. I like that kind of gold gilding. And the cardstock is really good. So there's 100 different spells. I mean, they've got the set. Oh no, they haven't got the same design. Oh, they're split into categories. So you've got altar spells with this pentacle in the middle. Not sure how many of them there'll be. And then we've got everyday spells, which has this bee. And then after everyday spells, we've got healing spells. And then, oh, they don't feel like there's as many healing spells. We've got house spells. Love spells. Let's have a look at one of them. Goddess body blessing balm. Your body will receive much attention during your lovemaking. Oh, So loving attention from you beforehand will consecrate the temple of your body. Take 1 cup of natural beeswax. This is like Madonna's Body of Evidence film. Chip it into a double boiler and heat very slowly and gently. Add ½ cup of sesame oil and stir with a wooden spoon until the wax is melted and blended with the oil. Let it cool to skin temperature and add 8 drops of sandalwood, 5 drops of lemon oil, 2 drops of rose oil. Anoint yourself with the oil by dabbing a bit on your fingertip and then placing it on your heart, circling outward until your entire body is fully blessed. So it's pretty cool. Quite a lot of information on the back. That's on the back of the love spells. Then after love spells, oh, there's a lot of them. They get a fair chunk of the deck. We've got money spells. And then we have moon spells. So it feels like there's quite a few. Money spells, moon spells, love spells, house spells, healing spells, everyday spells, and altar spells. Why is Becca laughing? It is very well made. For one of those carousel little stocking filler type things next to the till, you know, that sort of where they want to get the impulse buying. Let's stick these next to the till and the queue in. They'll think, oh, what's that? Let's have a look at that, just like I did. But I'm impressed with the quality of them. It's a really nice little kit. Recipe ratio won't work. Use 1 cup of oil to ½ ounce of beeswax. Perhaps I read it wrong. So yeah, the only thing I don't like is these little plastic things that go over it. They need to get rid of plastic. I want plastic banning. Hate it. Hate the stuff. I hate packaging, wrapping, everything in plastic. Quarter. Yeah. Quarter. Hi, Simon. Hello, everyone. Listening while I do dishes and such. Hope everyone is doing well. Have you made it, Jack? Jack, have you been making love spells with beeswax? And then the last thing that I bought that I thought I'd show you is the Lost Spells card game. Now, I haven't got a clue what this is like, but you know me and the whole love affair with Jackie Morris and Robert McFarlane. So originally, do you remember me showing this huge book? This huge book compared to the second book that came. This is the Lost Words, and we spoke about this. So the Lost Words is, I think it's 40 words that have been taken out of the Oxford Children's Dictionary because they're saying that kids don't use them anymore. And it's the one with the beautiful, huge illustrations. So words like dandelion, gone. Oh gosh, look at that. I mean, these books are work of art. They really are. I'm turning the pages. I'm not even finding any text. I'm just seeing all these gorgeous images. So yeah, words like dandelion, lark. I mean, lark. Kingfisher, to name just but a few. So the idea was to bring this poetry book out and do it. It was done this big because the books, this was what the person in Waterstones, yeah, did sound right then. I was thinking that was a pub. Well, that's Weatherspoons. The person in Waterstones was saying that it was brought out in this gigantic book because what's very popular in their store at the moment is children's books that are this size. There's a whole kind of like island in the middle of the kids section with these huge books on it. And they wanted to appeal to kids. So it was done like this so that they would see these words, you know, and have them in a book so that they wouldn't be forgotten. What are we supposed to call dandelions? Well, dandelions are still dandelions, but the word has been taken out of the Oxford Children's Dictionary and it's been replaced with things like selfie and what was the other one that they were using? I can't remember, but they're more technology based because kids are spending more time in front of computers than being out amongst birds and plants and trees and everything like that. So as children's language evolves, so has their dictionary. So then they brought out the Lost Spells. Now this is the book, which is just gorgeous, absolutely breathtakingly beautiful. But the Lost Spells is the next step on. So it's talking about nature and animals like the grey seal, and it's continued with beautiful incantations, poems, spells, and it's absolutely gorgeous. I know that selfie has been added and dandelion's been taken away. It makes me very, very sad. Oh, to know that it is sad. And that's why I support these. I buy these books because, you know, it's important, as well as it being beautiful art and beautiful poetry. And I'm not a huge lover of poetry, I've said before, but these are written like spells. And the spells that it talks about is putting it out there into the universe so that these words don't disappear. So they are spells because we're trying to manifest. Hello, Teresa from Moose Jaw. Wow. Well, welcome. How's things in Canada? We're certainly getting more people from around the globe being able to come at this time slot. So hello, Candy. I put them up a week ago. Candy, you was asking last week about my tree, wasn't you? Just before I show these spells, you was asking about my tree and what I put on them. I've got a little, I don't know if this will work. Let me just see. I don't want to mute my mic, that's it. So these are the little crystals that I put on. I've got about 40 of those little crystals and they really catch the light. That's my goddess, my white goddess from Bridget's Grove. That's my hair, which was sent to me. But yeah, it's just branches with crystals and little glass pieces. I've got a couple of hearts and things and snowflakes that people have sent. And there's my Father Christmas, my traditional Father Christmas in his silver coat. I won that in a raffle. So yeah, I just thought I'd show that because a few people was asking. I might have even put it in the video that I did yesterday. It automatically, when I played that video, muted me. That's why you couldn't hear me at the beginning. I love it. It's absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, I thought I'd miss having a tree because I used to have a huge 6-foot tree. I only threw it away about a year ago. It was in the back cupboard for a few years. And it used to take hours to dress it. And I only ever used to put white and silver on it. And I had over 300 white lights. And it looked incredible. And going from that to just having a few branches, but it feels more Yule than Christmas, if that makes sense, even though I've got a Father Christmas underneath. It just looks really sort of wintry, and yeah, I feel like I can have it up longer. Thank you, Kay. I lost my Yule tree decorations in a flood. Oh, Emma. Still haven't decided on a tree. That's terrible. I'm sorry. A tree would look gorgeous in your space, Becca. Yeah, you had a Halloween tree. Was it a Halloween tree with little pumpkins hanging on it? I loved that. So anyway, the Lost Spells is the latest thing from Robert McFarlane, and it's cards. Now, I know it's a game, but I just thought if it's got some of that beautiful artwork from the book in card format, I'm wondering if it could double up as like an oracle. I don't know. It was sealed, and all it says on the back is, and this was, again, it didn't break the bank, it was $13.99. It says, can you reunite a collection of lost spells from their counterparts in nature before your opponents? And can you remember where they have been placed? This fast-moving family card game features the amazing illustrations of Jackie Morris and the beautifully crafted incantations or spells from author Robert McFarlane. So I thought, well, if it's got the images and it's got the spells, it doesn't have to be used as a game. Because I live on my own, so it'll be a bit pointless. A fast-paced game just with myself. The card game is based on their recently published 2020 volume of The Lost Spells, which followed the award-winning The Lost Words. I hope they do more stuff as well. Wouldn't it be incredible if they do like an oracle deck? Perhaps we should write to the publisher. Hello, Stephanie. So let's have a look at what we get. So the box is lovely. It's got a linen finish. Can you see that linen effect there in the light? Really beautiful. And this gorgeous owl, which is also what's on the cover of the book. So it's a 2-part box. Her artwork is incredible. It really is. Oh, they're tiny. I'm not quite sure. So we've got a small Diddy deck, and then this deck which has got writing on, but I don't know if that's got artwork on. And then we've just got this little pamphlet, which folds out. I think it's just the rules of the game. Aim of the game to be the first player to match with a setup. 12 nature cards in a circular. So you do like, it's like clock patience, I think. And then you've got the rules and everything in there. Special cards, the Jay, the Swift, the Gorse, Foxy, the Weasel, the Barn Owl. So we'll have a look. Let's have a look. These are nicely wrapped. They're wrapped like the old soap packets, like the old Pears soap. This is Diddy, this one. Really tiny. I've dropped something. What have I dropped? Oh, that's all right. It was just the... So let's So these are the larger cards. Yeah, so these have just got writing on them. Oh, but they've got poems. So they've got the same back, which is this moth in front of the moon. And then it will say, Red Fox. So it's got Red Fox, and then it will give you the poem. I am Red Fox, how do you see me? A blossom of rust at your vision's edge, the shadow that slips through the hail in the hedge, my two green eyes in your headlights rush, a scatter of feather, the tip of a brush. Oh, that's lovely. And then we've got one for moth. Jackdaw, jay, gorse, swift, goldfinch, oak, snow hare. Snow hare whitens as the year turns dark by the cairn of the wolf in the glen of the lark. Night grows stronger, sleets fall, sharp on crag and moor, by the burn of the deer and the eagle's tor. Out on the hill, hare hunkers under hag, hides in heather, by the lock of the buzzard and by the pass of the weather. Where's the cold vanishes into snowdrift, hail, blizzard's flight. Barn owl, heartwood, curlew, egret, grey seal, gannet, thrift, woodpecker, beech, swallow, silver birch. It's got our trees. Oh, I see. So only that much of the deck is poems. But look at that. So this is how you match them. But look. For some reason, we're getting two of everything. So we've got two poems and two of each artwork. So this actually could make two decks if you wanted to use it like that. Got the moth. The fun thing as well is, yeah, you can match it to your poem, but you can also match it to your book. Jackdaw. Jay. Oh, this is beautiful. Gorse. Swift. Goldfinch. Oh, look at this. Oak. Look how beautiful that is. I'm really glad I bought this now. Snow hare. And there's two of everything. So it makes two decks. Owl. They are, aren't they, Kay? Heartwood. Curlew? Is that how you say that? I've not heard of that. Curlew. These are linen as well. Do you see the linen effect? Really good quality cards for the price as well. Grey seal. A trip to Waterstones, methinks. Gannet. That's what my mum used to call me when I was a kid. You gannet. Are you eating that already, you gannet? Thrift. Bye, Ashley. Thank you for popping in. Woodpecker. Oh, beautiful card. Beech. Swallow. I wonder what the little cards are for. Silver birch. Oh, now we've got something else. Right, so these cards have like the fox and then about them. So a very cunning card which allows you to match one of your spells. I think these are like cards in the game. Weasel, go and steal a completed set. So if you pull like a weasel, there's certain things you can do. And the barn owls are wild cards. So they're more cards to use in the game. So far we've got 2 of each poems and 2 of each artworks, art cards. And then we've got this little pack. They remind me of the Roots and Wings Oracle. Hi, Ali. Sorry I missed this. I'm a little bit under the weather due to COVID booster. Oh dear. I think with COVID boosters, they're saying that if you do get unwell, it's usually done and dusted within 48 hours. Not sure what these are. They've got keys on them. I'm not sure why. These are the Diddy ones. So comparing it with the size of a tarot deck, because on camera you can never really get an idea. That's the size of them. They're really tiny. And then the other one that I showed you is that size. So they're different in the sizes. Now these have like great spotted woodpecker and then a key. You'd have to know the game, I suppose. But it's got goldfinch again. It's got jackdaw. And then the number of keys, that must be how many points you get in or something. We've got snow hare. We only get 1 each of these. Badger. A moth. Barn owl. Blackbird. Oh, there's lots of moths. 6 different types of moths. Oh, more moths. Oh, this is turning into a moth deck. We've got fallow deer. More moths. There's more moths in this than anything else. My gosh. Why is this a moth thing? I'm going to count out how many moths there are. Uh-oh, Simon. You know me and my loathe of moths. Dear God. That's a butterfly. We'll allow that. Oh, we've got a bee. A Welsh black bee. Moths. We've got some fruit. Wild cherries. Right. All of them are moths. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 20 different moths. Who knew that there was 20 of these creatures out there? So, I'm not quite sure if I'd use these little ones because I think these are more for the gameplay with that. But what you have got here is a deck that you could split into 2 that has the creature, and you can see the picture in the background or the watermark, and then a poem, and then you get the corresponding artwork. which is gorgeous. So I'm quite happy with that because I took a punt. I was like, oh, it's a card game, family game. But you never know. Then if you get the poetry and you get the art, then. So yeah, so that's the Lost Spells card game. So I've neglected the chat. Let me have a look at what you guys have been saying. I don't have to put these back now. I might leave these out a minute. Let's pop them there. Pop that there. And then, oh, and I'm all upside down because I've got all my Christmas cards out. I was gonna write them today. These are all my Christmas cards to start writing. But I couldn't be bothered. I was rushing around doing things. I thought that's what Sundays are for, isn't it? I'll do them tomorrow. I'll write my cards. Jeff Stolt Moth Deck. Well, it can keep them. It can keep them. Right, let's have a look at what you guys have been chatting about. Let's go back to what I last saw. Stephanie's got to run, got to make tea, but have a good evening, everyone. Bye, Stephanie. That was quite a while ago, actually. Bridget, hello from Austria. Happy to find this community. Nice to meet you, Bridget, and welcome. The artwork is incredible. Really is. History Lover says Christmas tree and cat equals no go. I used to have cats, and my cats actually used to just sit staring at the tree. They used to sit staring at them. Every so often, one would just go up with a little paw and try and knock a bauble or something, but never jumped on them or anything like that. Hi, Spazia. I like the way the deck is wrapped. Yes, better than plastic, isn't it? Lovely the way it was wrapped. It just reminded me of the old bars of soap from years ago when I was a kid. You used to have to unwrap them in paper. I miss that. Can you still get Imperial leather? That used to be wrapped in like a card. Mine's just like sweets. You can't have sweets now that you can open. Do you remember the bars of chocolate before they were shrink wrapped and sealed? They were just wrapped in paper. Like Aero, you know, you just took the paper off and opened the foil and you're straight in. Now it's all plastic and elfin safety. Everybody's saying how nice the cards are, that they're beautiful. It's like the tree you walked to, Simon. It's like the tree you walked to. Oh, the major oak. Last year, do you mean, Candy, when I went to Sherwood Forest and found major oak? That's legendary. That's rumoured to be where Robin Hood and his merry men hid out. In the major oak. We used to have a ski here called Curlew. I haven't heard Gannet for a while. These remind me of my childhood. The cards, Sandra, or words like Gannet. Hi, Simon. Sorry I missed this. I'm a little bit. Oh, yeah, I read that. I hope you feel better soon, Ali. Off for breakfast. 8:45 in New Zealand. Have a fun breakfast, Denise. Good for learning English animal names. Lovely to hear you read poems out loud. I'm not the greatest reader of poetry. I always think everything should rhyme. And then when it doesn't, I'm like, does that make sense? It would look lovely with the literary witcher, Simon. Or the wooden tarot. Yes. Yes, it would. Especially the wooden tarot. I just gave the literary witches away. I took it to Becca's when we did deck trades. Oh no, Simon, says Kim. Oh no. Oh, is that the moths? Deck full of moths, poor Simon. Because moths are fabulous. Not when they're trying to get into your mouth. I need to drink a coffee now. I could actually taste a moth then when I said that. That's how it affects me. My mouth's going all funny. The thought of... Anyway, let's change the subject. This deck should desensitize you. I don't think it's going to have that effect. Just think of them as Halloween butterflies. That's quite sinister, though, Halloween butterflies. Hello, Ben. How are you doing? Nice to see you. I remember Mars bars in paper, not plastic. Yeah. They never tasted any different, did they? You know, we never got food poisoning from having a Cabana bar that was wrapped in paper. Saturday night in the city. Before everything was temper evident. Ah. Turkish delight in paper, yeah. Yes, that tree, Simon. I cried watching that video. I love that tree. Did you never, when you was in the Midlands, Candy, did you never go to Edwinstowe or where the main part of Sherwood Forest is? It's beautiful to walk around there. There's so many different nature trails you can take. Justin, hello. Hey, Simon and gang. I'm lurking because I'm at work. That's all right. I struggle to read poetry too. It just never ends up sounding right. I'm not really practiced in reading it though. Exactly the same. The first one that I read from this card, I was like, oh, that's lovely. And then the second one, I'm like, this doesn't sound right. Why isn't it rhyming? What does a moth taste like? Stop it. Vile and powdery and ugh. I'm the same, Jen, although I can spout out a good adult limerick or two. There was a young lady from the Azores. I once inhaled a moth. Well, I don't know if it's a wind-up either. I should have really looked into it, especially before I say it on my channel. But my sister told me that, you know, sometimes when you wake up in the morning, you've got a little something stuck to the roof of your mouth, that they're tiny moths. So now when I wake up and there's anything on the top of my mouth, I'm retching. I've lost where I was up to now. Oh, that was it. I once inhaled a moth. Bye, Susie. Sorry if I missed saying hi to anyone earlier. Lots of activity going on here this morning. I bet it is. You've got a full house at the moment, Jen. I say hello to my dear daughter from me. And I hope they're refreshed now after a good night's rest. Oh, history. I feel your pain. I swallowed a huge June bug. What's one of that? In fact, I don't want to know what a June bug is. Never been Sherwood Forest, Simon. Candy, you'll have to go. Creepy but true. Sandra's never been to Major Oak either. Lots of lovely comments. Oh, Jonathan's here. Hello, Jonathan. Lunar moths look like fairies. Then I don't want to meet the fae. That's what I'll say to that. Becca's mischievous side. Well, what's Becca doing? Keep talking about moths. Is that what that's about? I'm trying to scroll back now to see, but I end up losing where I was. Yes. She is a provocateur. Some moths are extremely beautiful. Find me one. And I still don't want to be trapped in a room with one. Can you suggest a tarot deck for a beginner who doesn't get on with RWS? As in the system, or?
Here's what I found.
Oh, top 10 suggestions. My Siri watch has just responded, trying to find. It depends. It depends what you want for a beginner. So if you're saying that doesn't want RWS, are you talking about like a different system like Marseille? Gosh, how would you find a beginner deck for like Marseille? I would just say find a deck that appeals to you, really appeals to you, and then just get a basic tarot book. But again, you need to know what system you're working with. I've been summoned to make coffee for the crew. Don't start as you mean to go on, Jen. You're not their servant. If they want coffee, they make coffee. Day one, here are the rules. If you want coffee, I take mine with oat milk and 1 sugar. Lay it down. Totally history lover. They are works of art that fly. Gosh. Simon, June bugs can be over an inch long and have hard outside shells, and they're fat and they fly. Wow. Bye, Jen. Yes, Kay, June bugs are quite large. I had one in the house once. We've got them over here. Jenna says June bug equals flying cockroach. Thankfully, I've never seen a cockroach in real life. I am quite lucky living where I live because I think I've had, in 15 years of living here, I've had 2 spiders. And they must be really energetic to get up here. But yeah, 2 spiders, both in the bathroom. Don't really get bugs. Hordes of them in summer. Oh, brutal, Simon. I'd be up making everyone coffee and offering toast too. But I was going to be there a while. And, you know, it's like day one, they want coffee. They know where the kettle is. I don't think kettles are popular in the States. It'll probably be a coffee maker, won't it? I mean, I'm the same. When people come here, I'd never send somebody into my kitchen to make a drink. But if there was a long-term guest, maybe I'd be like, okay, let's just establish a few little rules here. We call the flying cockroaches palmetto bugs. I've not even heard of them. And hello, Corbin, by the way. I didn't see you come in. I don't think I've ever seen a cockroach either. Oh, Marsha's here as well. Hello, Marsha. Nice to see you. I had a cockroach fly out of a sewer and land on my shoulder once. What was you doing hanging around sewers? I freaking hate spiders. I don't mind them. Any bug I could cope with in here but a moth. And I don't know what I'd do because I don't live with anyone now. So if a moth was to come in here, first thing would be to get out of the room. But then how would I ever go back in? I'd probably have to drive and go and fetch my stepdad to sort it out, to sort out the moth problem, because I couldn't deal with it myself. Ridiculous, isn't it? But it literally paralyzes me. I've told the story before when I was a teenager and I had a bath late at night. My parents had gone to bed and fell asleep. And I had a bath in the summer with the window open and a big, horrible, powdery moth. And I noticed, because you get that, all of a sudden the light starts flickering and you think, is the bulb going? Because they used to go a lot back in those days. We didn't have these like energy saving bulbs. I thought, is the bulb going? Then you look up and you see it dancing sporadically around the light bulb and ding, ding, ding as it's hitting it. Ugh. And I lay in that bath all night. The water went freezing cold. It's a wonder I didn't get hypothermia because I couldn't get out. Because to get out, I'd have had to go underneath the moth. And I couldn't. horrible. Depends upon the spider. My kids are here a long time and they give me full breakfast orders, always different to each other day. I'm easily twisted around people's little fingers. Train them up. Tell them what you want for your breakfast. I was in the neighborhood in Philly. We have sewers everywhere. They lead to the subway. The sewers lead to the subway. Our sewers are very different over here. We wouldn't go in them, especially not to get the subway. Just nip through that sewer. The neighborhood, is that like a gay village part of Philadelphia? Hello, Joey Luna. Fleas or anything that lives on blood freak me out. Marsha doesn't mind spiders, moths, flies, but cockroaches I really dislike. Thankfully, I've never had to experience one. When the sun rises, we get huge dock spiders by the lake. Let's change the subject. I've showed everything I've got to show. The books I bought, the deck, and the Lost Spells thing. Just for the last, I don't know, 20 minutes or so, we could do a bit of a Q&A if anybody's got anything or any decks they want to see. I've just put a video up as well a couple of hours ago. What was that? Oh, that was the Curious Creatures by Chris Ann. Bye, Jennifer Rebecca. G. Gordon Liddy was terrified of moths. Who's G. Gordon Liddy? Should I know that name? Doesn't even sound familiar. But we've got a history lover in chat, so I think we're about to be educated. Oh, yes, ticks. Rupert, my dog, got a tick, and I took him to the vets, and I nearly passed out when they got it out. Oh. Ugh. When I was on holiday in Malta, I experienced my first cockroach. Freaked me out. That's horrific. I hope it wasn't in the accommodation that you paid to stay in. For some reason, that cracks me up. I don't know G. Gordon Liddy. G. Gordon Liddy. No, don't know. Don't know who that is. Christmas CC&C on the 18th. Yes. So next week, which is the 11th, I'm being joined by Deanne from Blue Crescent Tarot. So I'm really looking forward to that. A Watergate CIA agent. Oh, okay. So Deanne's joining me next week, and then the week after is the Christmas Cuppa catch-up cards with Jenna, and I can't wait. It's our 5th year. Can you believe it? Our 5th Christmas of doing the Christmas Cuppa catch-up cards. And we've got some giveaways. I've got a deck to give away. I showed the other day that Anne, the lovely Anne Fort, sent 2 of these packages, and there's 5 tarot bags in each one, and they're beautiful. I mean, the quality of her work is wonderful. So there will be a first prize with a tarot deck and a runner-up prize with just the bags. And we'll be doing the Christmas box. So we'll pull out people's Christmas hopes last year, and there'll be an opportunity for 10 more people to put theirs in for this year. Bye, Becca. So yeah, so that's 2 weeks in 2 weeks' time. And then in 3 weeks' time, it's Christmas Day. 3 weeks today is Christmas Day. It was, Simon. I had to go to reception and complain. That's horrific. In Australia, cockroaches are huge. Everything's huge in Australia. Hen put a picture once, I think, of a spider on the wall. It was the size of a dinner plate. It had no business being that big. G. Gordon Liddy. There's a bad blast from the past. Wow. We're still talking about insects. What? Tried to warn you about Chino and Daddy G, but I can't seem to get to you through the US mail. Who's that to, Tycom? 4 to 5 different types of cockroaches here. Ugh. Hi, Simon. Hello, Renee. Nice to see you. Good morning, gorgeous Marcia. Sorry for the delay. I was pruning roses while listening. Yes, those big fluffy spiders, I don't mind at all. Ugh, you won't see me for dust. Watergate, he was the FBI. My error. Okay. I still don't know who he is. That's who Steely Dan was singing about in the song My Old School G. Gordon Liddy, Daddy G. Okay. You work for Nixon. All right. Well, shall we have a card pull then before I go? Will there be matching Christmas PJs, Jennifer Witchhouse, for the Xmas CC? I think we usually have some form of Christmas attire and a Christmas drink. I've got a new drink. Jenna was able to get some Advocar, which is very exciting because it's quite hard to get hold of in the States. I'm not going to have Baileys this year. I've seen something that's out as a limited edition, so I thought I'll have that for the Christmas Cuppa catch up and cards. Just curious, but how many tarot oracle decks do you own? I know at one time you did state on your channel, but I've forgotten the number. You have an amazing collection. Love your hairs. Thank you, Teresa. I could give you the exact number because I've got an app, but it's around just short of 700 tarot. And my oracle, I've scaled right back. There's over 100 decks gone. So looking at it, I could probably count them too. I don't log them on live, babe. 51 oracle decks. Oh, and I've got a couple here. 52, 53, 54. So 54 oracle decks. Even that's a lot. So I don't use oracle very much. Hey, my gorgeous shithead. Who's that to? Jen, I have never had one inside, but a few times in the backyard and outdoors. Hello, Laurie. Yes, it will be fab. Christmas CC&C. I can't wait. We will be very Christmassy. Yeah, we will. I don't know what you guys are talking about. Outside is okay, Marsha. Had a couple of palm-sized ones inside. Not okay with that. You on about the hairy spiders? What's your favorite oracle, Simon? My favorite oracle, probably it does fluctuate. I think I've got 4 that are my go-tos. This one that I've mentioned a few times, which is the Moonlight Oracle. But then I also love Roots and Wings. I think Roots and Wings is beautiful. I love A Whisper in the Ear. And I also love Ornatorian's deck. And it's gone out my head. Tower of the Abyss. No, not Tower of the Abyss. What's it called? I talk about it all the time. It's gone right out my head. Someone's going to put it. Echoes. Oracle of Echoes. It's just come to me. And Jonathan's just put it. Oracle of Echoes. Yeah. So those 4. Oracle of Echoes, A Whisper in the Ear, Moonlight, and Roots and Wings are my 4 favorites. But I love soul cards 1 and 2, but I don't really class them as an oracle deck. They are a divinatory tool, but for me they're not. well, I suppose anything is an oracle, isn't it? That you're consulting. The tarot is an oracle. But for me, soul cards 1 and 2 are kind of their own thing. I also love Connected and Free by Inner Hue. That's a beautiful oracle. I've got the first and the second edition. Everybody's putting Oracle of Echoes now. Like 10 times. Yeah, so that's my favorite. They're my favorite oracle decks. I suppose if I had to choose one, no, I can't. They're all equal. And I don't know why we do that to ourselves, you know, and why we're going to choose one. We're never, probably in all likelihood, ever going to be in a position where somebody says to us, we can only have one of something. So it's always kind of fun to do, isn't it? But reality is that unless we get rid of them, and we wouldn't never be forced to, I don't think. There's something really terrible happening in the world, and some regime took over that doesn't allow anything, like in Handmaid's Tale or something. But then you wouldn't even be able to have the one, would you? Simon, are you going to be making a only 10 decks VR? No, I thought about it. And the reason why I'm not is because I'm about to film my top 10 decks of 2021, which I do every December. And I know that's different to what the tag is, but it wouldn't be a surprise to anybody because it was only last year or beginning of this year, I did my top 10 decks of all time. And it'll be pretty much the same. And I think the top 10, only 10 decks is kind of, it's been done. And I'm loving I've been watching people's responses, but I don't feel I could add anything to it that I haven't already said a lot of times, if that makes sense. Because yeah, it wasn't that long ago I did my top 10 decks of all time, and I'm about to do a top 10 video. Do they have keywords? They do. Oracle of Echoes does have keywords. I agree, it's a very tough exercise. I recorded one, then chickened out posting, but also changed my mind 3 times after. Is that the tag that we're on about, Emma? Hi, Robin. Yeah, so that's why I haven't. I did think about it, and I thought, well, actually, everybody kind of knows my favorite decks. But yeah, every December, I think this is the 4th year now, I do my top 10 decks of the year. So that will be recorded over the next week or so. Looking forward to your top 10 for 2021. It's going to be difficult, and I'm playing by the rules. They are going to be decks that have been released in 2021. So Lionsgate isn't going to be in there because Lionsgate isn't a 2021 deck. It's just that I discovered it in 2021, if that makes sense. Would you believe I did my only 10 live? Wow, brilliant. Sneak back, will the prize be open to overseas? Yes, Denise. Every time I do giveaways, they're always to anybody in the world. Yeah. You know, and a couple of them have been donated, you know. There's a tarot deck, an unopened tarot deck that I'm giving away, but it doesn't cost that much to post, really, to anywhere in the world, just for a small item. So yeah, I always make sure if I do a giveaway, you know, you guys are supporting the channel from all over the globe, so I wouldn't just do it just for people in this country. And if you look at, I say if you look, you can't look, but when I look at my channel stats, the biggest chunk of people that are subscribed to my channel, like 68%, are from the US. So it would be very unfair of me just to limit it to certain places, which I've never done and never would do. Those were the first vids of yours I ever watched. What, the top 10 of the year? Emma, is that what they... They were. Jonathan Daly, I didn't even know it was a guidebook. Oh, I'm not quite sure what that is. What did Jonathan put? Intuitive deck. I still have never used the guidebook for it. I didn't know there was a guidebook. Are you on about Oracle of Echoes? US, that's us. US, that's us. It sure is, Robin. Is that what you mean? US, that's us. This coffee's gone cold. All right, I'm going to pull a card before I get going. And being as it's December, us, Simon. What? I'm lost. Oh, yes, the PDF guidebook. Yes, I've got that printed under here. Yes, you're quite right. I don't get what this us business is. I didn't even know there's a guidebook for it. Yes, you can go on the website and get it and print it off, which I did. In fact, I may be able to show you. So I've got lots of PDF things printed here, unless I filed it. Oh, look, Robin. There's yours. Abandoned Oracle. Sluttis Tarot. No, I can't find it now. It must be in my thingy box. Education, not sure what that one is. Oh, here it is. It's because I've got the Alchemical Tarot from here, from the Purgatorium deck. Oracle of Echoes guidebook. So you just print it off yourself. I put it in this little binder. Oops. So, oh. What am I missed? Us as in we folks from the US. Don't belabor my pun, everyone. It's lost on me. Okay, so I'm using the Winter Weight because, and I don't know what version this is, but it's one with the blue plaid backs rather than the red. So I've got another Winter Weight down there. I really love top 5, top 10 videos. I love watching them and challenging myself to do them too. I had a substitute teacher in grade school who said visitors from abroad asked her why Americans think so much of themselves. She asked, "What do you mean?" She said, "All your packages are marked US." Kay has Winter Weight on her altar now. Okay, let's get a collective message for us all to take through the week. Ooh. Oh, we've got the Two of Pentacles. This sums up my day. What did I start off by saying? But a message for us all. It is an extremely busy time at the moment, and many of us are probably feeling like we're doing so many things, juggling so many balls, keeping them all up in the air, trying to not drop anything. But you know, when I think of the Two of Pentacles, it's about being confident in our own abilities. You know, it may feel that we're really busy and we're juggling things, but actually, you know, the message is, you've got this. We've got this. Be confident in your abilities. Also, the Two of Pentacles refers to our ability and agility in dealing with change when it happens. So maybe that's a message we need to keep in mind this week, that, you know, that's the only thing that's guaranteed in life, that change, you know, and even things like, so people say death and taxes, they're unexpected changes a lot of the times. So change is constant, change is ever happening, but as long as we're willing to go with the flow and adapt, and, you know, we will keep everything up in the air. It doesn't have to be catastrophic. So the key for me, really, the key word, I suppose, is to adapt. You know, whatever the situation is, if it's really busy at the moment, we're feeling like we can't do it, remember, be confident, but be resourceful as well, and be willing to adapt to ever-changing situations. Take it in your stride, meet it head on, keep your eye on the end goal, what you're going, what it is that you're aiming to achieve. All right, everyone. So it's been lovely being here. Oh, look what's on the bottom. It's been lovely being here with you all today. Love that balance is in motion, not static. Exactly, Julie. Hello, Julie, by the way. Watch the spending, says Emma. I know. January is always a tough month, isn't it? It's like we get to January and we're like, oh my gosh. Whatever's left has got to last. And look at this little pouch. Isn't that the cutest? I love this, and the red and the green. And the sparkly ribbon. So yeah, thanks everybody. Have a great rest of your weekend, whatever you do and wherever you're going. Stay safe, look after yourselves, and until next time, go in peace. Namaste and blessed be.